This video is sponsored by my Patreon. Check the link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon and join. You get all my buy, sells, call-outs, morning update videos, plus more. Check the link down below. Join now. Let's get into the video. Ladies and gentlemen, the stock market is collapsing yet again, and we have to break it down in this video. So if you guys find value, hit the like button, subscribe, get your $50 free from M1 Finance and your 2 stocks from Webull, link down below. And with that being said, let's get right into the video. So it's currently 1:10 p.m. on the East Coast, and first and foremost, guys, let's talk about the VIX. The VIX is up almost 20%. So that alone should tell you the markets are not doing well. And we can see here the S&P 500 is down 1.9%. We have the Dow down 1.6%. We have the Russell down almost 3%, as the NASDAQ 100 is down 2.2%. So we can see clearly SPY, which tracks the S&P 500, is collapsing under $460 per share, which I've been vocal about. That is a very, well, I guess it was a very strong level of support. Now, we clearly broke under it. We're currently trading at 456, and we also took out the lows from, I believe this was last week. Yeah, this was last week at about 456.50 roughly. We took those lows out. So it seems like this is on a one-way trip to the next big level of support, which is right around $450. That was support back in the end of December. Also, in the beginning of September, or December rather. I don't know why I said September. I meant December, guys. So, by the looks of it, SPY is probably going to go to 450. It's not going to happen today. It's probably not going to happen tomorrow. But at some point in the next couple of days, in the near-term future, I would not be surprised if we did find our way to 450. Now, if we do get there, we're going to be very oversold, and we're going to be in need of a relief rally. So keep that in mind. We might get a relief rally from, let's say, 450, 452, maybe back up to the mid-high 450s. That's also possible. And take a look. If we break under 450, let's draw out some levels that maybe SPY could get to if we do get under 450. I'm thinking 445 is the next gap down, which was resistance. Let's see here. That was back in the end of September. So 450 breaks. SPY's probably going 445. That's just the reality of the matter here. And when it comes to triple Q, let's take a look at what this is doing. This tracks the NASDAQ 100. Triple Q is trading well under 380, which that was a big level for triple Q, 378, 380. We're clearly under that now. We're down over $8 a share just today, and it seems like this is going to test the lows from last week. Let me show you guys this 20-day chart. The lows from last week were around 369. Now we're trading at 371. So we're a stone's throw away from testing those lows, and I think we're going to break under them most likely in the short term, meaning triple Q could probably go to 365, which is the main support after if we end up taking those lows out from last week. And if 365 breaks, we might be going 355 followed by $350 per share. And at that point, you know, it's going to be way oversold. We're going to be very much in need of a relief rally. That's if we get anywhere from, let's say, 365 to about 355. We're going to be, again, like I said, heavily in need of a relief rally, because as you guys should know at this point, markets don't just go down, 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 down. I mean, sure, there are a couple of days in a row where we're seeing red after red after red, but for the most part, a lot of the time, we see a red day, maybe 2 red days, followed by a snapback day where buyers step in, we get the relief rally, then we end up selling off even more, for example, and that's kind of what we could see here, in my opinion, triple Q, SPY, for those 2 indexes, ETFs here. So let's talk about bonds today a little bit. The bonds that I'm looking at, and a lot of people are looking at, the 2-year yield and the 10-year Treasury bonds here. The 2-year broke above 1% for the first time since February 2020 today, and investors look at the 2-year Treasury as a gauge of where the Federal Reserve will set short-term borrowing rates. So at this point, again, like I said, we just cracked above 1% for the first time since Feb 2020, and we are expecting about 3-4 rate hikes this year in 2022. And all of those are probably going to be 25 basis points. So we might end off the year heading into 2023 with a 1%, maybe 0.75% Fed funds rate. So it makes sense now that the 2-year is right around 1%. And the benchmark 10-year note hit 1.83% this morning, its highest since January 2020. So with bond yields going up, that is definitely one of the main catalysts today. Drop in the markets. More people are going to bonds, selling equities because equities are more risky, even though, in my opinion, and it's not even opinion, it's fact at this point, bonds are negative yielding asset, if you even want to call them an asset at this point, because let's say you get 2% on the 10-year, you're still losing 7% to inflation. So you're still negative 5% investing in bonds. So in my opinion, that's not the best way to go, and I could be a bit skewed here in my opinion because I am a younger person. I'm in my 20s, so if somebody's watching this video in their 60s or 70s, which I'm not sure if many people are watching my videos in that age bracket, but hey, they may be like, hey, bonds are better for us if you're 60 or 70, and I'm not going to argue that. Because in reality, bonds are better for people that are, more up there in age, and equities are better for people like me, people like you, maybe if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s. So what do you guys think? Markets are slipping. VIX is up 17% right now, which is nuts. And I mentioned this before. I mean, I'm not a fortune teller, and I'm not tooting my own horn, but I have said before many times over the past couple of months, it seems like every time the VIX has cracked above 20, it's had legs to about 25, 30 on the VIX. And we're seeing that again. We broke 20. Now we're getting to the mid-20s on the VIX. And I'm very interested to see how this pans out over the next couple of days. So let's talk about some stocks here that I'm looking at very quickly before we wrap up the video. Fortinet is one that I'm looking at. This one's pretty much at break even on the day so far, and we are seeing a lot of consolidation. We have been, at least over the past couple of days, right around 300 to 310. You guys can see that on the 5-day chart, on the 20-day chart, and if I pull up the 4-hour chart, you guys can see we're consolidating right towards the bottom of this uptrending channel. So in my opinion, if we break out of 320 to 325, and admittedly we are about 10-15 bucks away from that level, right around the moving averages here on the 4-hour chart. If we start breaking 320, let's say into 330, that's going to be a very good sign that the breakout is confirming. We're probably going to start going up towards the top of the channel here, and we can make some money. There could be some gains at that point. So I'm going to put an alert here. Mark is at or above 300. Let's put it at 320. I want to get alerted right by those moving averages, and then I'm going to watch it even more closely at that point in time. So FTNT is one stock that I'm looking at. Visa is another one that I'm looking at here. Ticker symbol V. We're seeing a clear-cut inverse head and shoulders on the 4-hour chart. We've called this out before, and today it's doing pretty well amidst the overall red market here. And I just realized this is not even in my watch list. So let me put Visa in my watch list very quickly. It's up about 0.9% right now. So if we do end up breaking, let's say 220, I'm going to put my alert right there right now. If Visa takes out 220, this is probably going to start heading up towards 225 at least, and in my opinion, more towards 235, 240, which is where the right shoulder in this inverse head and shoulders will end up completing. So those are two stocks I'm looking at, Visa and Fortinet. Let's take a look at some other ones here that are very freaking red and others that are green. Activision is up 25%. I did make a video on this stock earlier today. Go check out that video. We have Tattooed Chef, which is surprisingly up 3.5%. The Trump SPAC is up 15% today, which is nuts. And we have Gamestop. Look at this. Gamestop is on the brinks, guys, right on the cusp of breaking under $100 a share, which is nuts. This rally that we saw, it looks like it's coming to an end. I mean, it's been dying off. I mean, look at this. This stock went from $30 to $400 about a year ago, almost $500. And since then, we've seen little mini rallies in between, but overall, it's been on the on a downtrend, and now we're about to collapse under 100. And at that point, the selling could really get more aggressive, guys. I think GameStop could be back at $50 per share in no time. I'm not even kidding. In no time. Let's see what AMC is doing out of curiosity. Is this back in the teens yet? I bet you it is. Let's take a look. 18. Look at that. $18. Did I not just guess it a second ago? There we are. AMC is down 12%. So it's very obvious what's going on right now. The risky assets, the speculative assets, the higher growth, higher multiple stocks. This has been what we've been seeing, right? But we're seeing more of it today. These stocks are getting clobbered. GameStop's down. SoFi's down, which I probably will be buying more SoFi here in the low 12. SoFi's down. Voyager's down. Snapchat's getting obliterated. Coinbase. And then on the flip side, we have a lot of value names not doing as bad. Smith & Wesson, the oil ETF, energy ETF, XLE's holding up pretty nicely. Intel is holding up pretty nicely, and a bunch of other names as well. So what do you guys think? Drop me a comment down below. Make sure to smash that good old like button if you guys found value in this video, and subscribe. Make sure to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any of my content, and check out my Patreon. Join it. It's linked down below. You get all my buys, sells, call outs, morning update videos, more access to me, Discord chat, all that good stuff. That's on Patreon, link down below. Or you guys can go to StockSurfest.com/Patreon. Don't forget to also get your $50 free from M1 Finance. It's guaranteed money. It's limited time. That's linked down below. And you guys could also get 2 stocks free from Webull, also linked down below. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. As always, keep crushing the market. Stay safe out there. Peace out, guys.